I look crooked. Am I crooked? Whatever. But no, like, this person, or these people, I should say, because it was the driver and the passenger, they need help. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So, like I said last week, I was going to do a story time, tea time, spill the tea, whatever, on like a very scary and traumatizing time. That's why my week has been a little crazy, besides the crazy weather outside. If you live in Oklahoma, you know what we've been going through. Like, it's this week when I'm filming this, but it's last week when this is going to come up. But we've had some major storms and a whole bunch of flooding. And it's like Oklahoma is being tortured right now. Like, our rivers and lakes and stuff like that can't really hold any more water, and yet we're still raining. So, it's crazy. But my little tea time today, I'm sorry if I look crazy, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm filming, so yeah. And also, if you had noticed, I talk a lot with my hands, and I touch my hair. Sorry, but so it's May 23rd when I'm filming this. Let's see, what was this past Saturday, the 19th. This is when this story takes place. It was about 6 o'clock in the evening. My husband and I were doing some errands, and I started not feeling good. But we had to run back to our old house before we went home, which is still technically my dad's house, which is why we were able to go to it still and not like had to turn in keys or anything. But he is getting ready to sell it, so we won't be able to do that much longer, but for now we can. And so I was feeling nauseous and sick, and I don't know what else, but yeah. So we went back to the old house, did what we needed to do there, and we were on our way back to our apartment. And we were almost at our apartment when this whole situation went down. So we were at a stoplight. The stoplight was like here. We're in the outside or the right lane. The car in question, which was a white Chevy Trailblazer, like an older model, and they were on the left lane, and the light turned green. So we're going. We are able to get ahead of them just because my car, I guess, was a little bit faster at takeoff. But for some reason, all of a sudden, the Trailblazer just came shooting up like we were trying to race. But we really weren't trying to race. But in his mind, we were racing. And mind you, we're on like city streets. We're not on like highway or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, let's not get near them because they're acting weird. And my husband was like, we're not, and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. And y'all know me and my anxiety in cars. I talked about that in my what I got for my birthday video, so keep that in mind. Well, he's speeding past us. I can still see him, and like ever so often he'll hit his brakes for some reason. It's like he couldn't keep the car in control, so that's why he was like trying to get it back in control. Well, we get another light. Sorry. We hit another light. It's green, so we're still able to go. We go under a bridge. There's another light. My town's weird, which if you live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know. And so that light finally turns green. We go on. The car is still acting crazy as hell. And we're at a school. We're passing a school right now. And we're in the outside lane. the guy's in front of us, like right here, and all of a sudden he just kind of starts trying to come over into our lane for some reason. So my husband honks at him to get his attention, you know, like people do when things aren't going well. So he just honks. He doesn't do anything else to get the person's attention. Well, that, I guess, pissed the person off to where he gets back over and we're like somewhat sort of passing him. And he is like angry and stuff like that, and he has a passenger in the car as well, and the dude is like giving us weird looks and stuff like that. Well, we get to the next light, which is past the school, and the Trailblazers really nowhere to be seen. We're in front of him, and we're trying to come to a stop because there's traffic at the red light, right? Well, we're in the outside lane, and all of a sudden, the Trailblazer comes hauling ass and cuts us off to where we almost hit them. And I'm assuming they almost hit the car in front of us. And then, which I'm scared because of that. And that just makes my husband a little bit angry, too. So the driver is having some words with my husband, and they're like yelling out the windows. I'm starting to freak out just a little bit at what the heck is going on. I'm like, okay, that was unnecessary and almost dangerous. And so the light turns green, everybody goes. We get in the left lane once we're out of the intersection to get away from him. Well, he decides to try and push us over into oncoming traffic, which, granted, now he's on my side of the car. And I'm starting to freak out. In hindsight, what my husband does next probably should not have happened, but it did. He pushed back a little bit on the other car, and the driver is just getting pissed off even more. Because of this whole, this is like a legit road rage situation. He's enraged, which is a little bit enraging my husband, and I'm scared. Like, I'm in the middle, I'm like almost in a panic attack and stuff like that. So the guy pushes back, but the car's never hit, which it's a good thing because I was like sandwiched in between the two drivers. So we go on. The Trailblazer is behind us. We can't turn home because the guy was following us, and you're not really supposed to go home in this kind of situation because they'll know where you live and other things could happen. So we went past our apartment complex and we turn at the light that is past it, and we're in the left turn lane to turn. The light was red, and I'm starting to talk to my husband about what's going on, and all of a sudden I hear a thump, and I was like, what is that? Well, the passenger had thrown a rock at our car. The turn signal goes on. My husband tells me to give him my phone because he's going to call 911 about that because that was an aggressive driver. And about this time, I'm already in a panic attack because of what's going on, because we were having to somewhat speed past our apartment complex to get away from the dude. I'm having a panic attack. I can't really breathe. A rock is thrown in my car, which sends me into more a spiral. My husband gets on the phone to 911 and telling there's an aggressive road rage driver going around town. And I didn't see this, but apparently when we turned, we're back in the outside lane. The guy's in the inside left lane. And the passenger is hanging out the window. Which, if you were outside of this situation, probably looked hella funny. But in this situation, not so funny. I did not see what the driver did, but my husband did, and he's on the phone with dispatch. And apparently the driver flashed because of YouTube guidelines, I'm not going to say the actual thing, but a weapon. And I hear that, my brain goes off into like a spiral, and that sends me into a full panic attack. So, because of that, dispatch is like, okay, tell us the car, and dispatch wants my husband to get the license plate of the car. My dog decided to come in and join me in the room. So, if you hear sniffing, barking, she's down there. But anyways, like I was saying, dispatch is wanting the license plate. So, basically, this is encouraging a chase to get this dang thing, because the guy turns to get away from us because he basically figured out we were on the phone with 911. So he's like, I'm going to lose these suckers and they're not going to be able to catch me for the plate. So that basically enthralls a somewhat high-speed chase. I'm in full-on tears by now because of the weapon situation. My brain is like thinking the worst. And my husband is on the phone trying to chase the car to get the plate number. And we, all while still on the phone with dispatch, telling them exactly where we are, like the streets and stuff like that. There's a neighborhood that connects to where we live and a couple of other places, and we were chasing them in there. And we finally got the plate number. We're still on the phone, still chasing the person, waiting for cops. Which I do not recommend, by the way. If a situation happens, get on the phone and tell the dispatch what's going on. But I do not recommend chasing the enraged driver with that has a weapon, potentially. Because you don't know what's going to happen next. And that's putting your life in danger, as well as potentially the other car driver, even though he was acting like an idiot too. And just pedestrians. So don't go chasing cars. Just call it in and let the police handle it. But it's somewhat not what we did. But we were telling him, and outside of the neighborhood there was another apartment complex. And the guy turned in there, and we sort of followed him in there, but we didn't go like all around. And the dispatch tells my husband that the cops are coming and to wait for him there to give him more detail of what happened and stuff like that. So he's like, okay, we'll go. Well, this apartment complex is split into two with the road going in between. So we've lost the car in the parking lot by now. So we are heading to go across the street to wait for the police officers to arrive so we can tell them what happened. Well, as we were about to go across the street, I see a white SUV go straight and like you're going onto the main road. And in my heart, I knew that was them because we didn't see them like park or whatever. So I was like, okay, they're not going to be caught because they've already escaped. So we go across the street, we wait for the cops to come. Cops are there in like 2 seconds flat. So we tell them what's going on. They go across the street to canvass the area to try and find the car because the guy was potentially armed and dangerous. And lo and behold, they couldn't find him. So we were talking to the cops afterwards. I'm trying to come down from my full-on panic attack because while on the phone to the dispatch, my husband was talking to him. I was like somewhat yelling other things at my husband to the dispatch, and it was bad. But so they didn't find the guy. They were still going to look around. Even the cop that we talked to after they canvassed and several other cops joined said that they do not encourage people to chase like we did because that's a dangerous thing to do. So it was just a weird situation. Like, we weren't really supposed to chase him, but he was like, but the dispatch wanted the license plate number, so we were sort of encouraged to chase them. It was a weird situation. And the funny thing is, the car that had a disability sticker hanging from the window. So you definitely know they weren't handicapped. The driver was not handicapped driving like he was. But seriously, I know traffic can be crazy and people can be insane, but there's no reason to take road rage to that extreme. I don't care what's going on in your life, there's no reason to put your life and other people's lives in danger just because something happened in traffic. So my advice is, if somebody makes you mad in traffic, don't engage in road rage. If you need to, just pull off to the side, take 10 breaths, and you will be good. I know the story was all over the place, but it's still in my brain, but it's still rattling around, trying to leave. But I thought I would share this traumatic experience. Like, several days afterwards, I did not want to go anywhere. I was scared to get in the car. But I got up the courage, and I did, and now still slightly afraid, but I'm okay. But that's all I have for you guys this week. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. It helps me know you like my videos as well as me. If you see a big red subscribe button down below, that means you're not subscribed to my channel, so be sure to hit that. After you subscribe, be sure to turn on the post notification bell so you get notified when I upload, so you never miss a video. And leave a comment down below if you would like to see what I do outside of nail art videos and storytime videos. That's a little idea that I've been playing around with in my head. But leave a comment down below if you would like to see that and what you would like to see next. And I'll see y'all later. Bye!